Hey everyone, Vic with PhoneArena here with another Galaxy S22 Ultra video, and today we're testing the charging speed on this phone. And Samsung has done a bit of back and forth with fast charging. It used to support 45 watt charging with the Note 10 Plus way back in 2019, and then it dropped support for that and only supported 25 watt charging in the S20 series, S21 series and the Note 20 series. But now with the S22 Ultra, fast charging is making a comeback. And shout out to case maker Banks for sponsoring this video. You can learn more about their tough Kevlar cases towards the end. Of course, you need to buy a charger separately, you don't get one in the box, and the 45 watt charger itself is quite pricey. It costs $50 and it comes with a special thicker USB-C cable that you need to use. Don't lose the cable like we did because it's expensive, and if you just use the thinner, regular cable that Samsung provides in the box with the S22 Ultra, you won't be able to get the maximum charging speeds. Anyway, we had to buy the cable once again since we lost the one we had, and keep in mind that if you're shopping for a cable like we had to, the one you need for the 45 watt charging says it supports 5 amps, while the regular 25 watt charging cables only supports 3 amps. Enough with the numbers though. We have already set up 5 popular flagship phones that we'll be using throughout 2022, and it's about time to kick this thing off. All phones are completely drained and we will be charging them to 100% and measuring time and battery levels throughout the test. And we're using the best possible charger for each phone. So that will be the 45 watt charger for the S22 Ultra, the 25 watt Samsung charger for the S21 Ultra, a 27 watt charger for the iPhone 13 Pro Max, Google's 30 watt charger for the Pixel 6 Pro, and finally the 80 watt OnePlus charger that is clearly the fastest one here, and it also comes included in the box with the OnePlus, which is a really nice touch. OnePlus charger that is clearly the fastest here. So let's plug all phones in and flip the switch and they all start charging up, and we will boot them up after just a couple of minutes to top them up a little bit, but we will not be using them during this test except to turn on the screen at fixed intervals to see how far they've come along. Alright, and our first stop is at 5 minutes of charging, where we have 9% on the S22 Ultra, 8% on the S21 Ultra, 9% on the iPhone, 7 on the Pixel, and OnePlus is already pulling ahead at an impressive 15% after only 5 minutes of charging. We will be showing the full results breakdown once again at the end of the video, but right now let's move on to the 10-minute mark where we do another checkup, and here's what we have. 21% on the S22 Ultra, 17 on the S21 Ultra, 18 on the iPhone, 15 on the Pixel, and 34 on the OnePlus. So the S22 Ultra with its faster charger already starts to pull ahead from its predecessor, and that's a good thing to see. So once again we have to fast forward to 15 minutes into the test, and another quick checkup. Here's what we got on the battery meter on all phones. 32% on the Galaxy, 26 on the previous generation Galaxy, 26 on the iPhone, 22 on the Pixel, and 51 on the OnePlus. So 15 minutes for more than 50% charge on the OnePlus. Really impressive stuff, and it's just puzzling how Samsung, Apple and Google just refuse to implement these fast charging speeds that we've been seeing on OnePlus phones for a few years now. And this probably has to do with battery safety, but for enthusiasts, it's frustrating nonetheless. And we have to say that OnePlus uses a neat trick. It actually uses a dual cell battery. So basically 2 batteries that kind of charge up simultaneously to arrive at those fast charging speeds. And the other phones just use traditional single cell batteries. So our next checkup is at 20 minutes since the beginning, and here are the numbers that we get. 44% on the S22 Ultra, 36 on the S21 Ultra, 36 on the iPhone. These two are going neck to neck, by the way. 30% on the Pixel and 66% on the OnePlus. Alright, let's leave that electricity flowing, and we have to fast forward time to 30 minutes where we do another quick checkup, and here are the numbers. The S22 Ultra has really pulled ahead of the S21 Ultra here. So it's 66% on the S22 Ultra versus 54% on the older phone. Then we have 51 on the iPhone, 46 on the Pixel, and 91 on the OnePlus, which is almost done. So really great speeds. So right now we have a 12% delta in charging speeds between the S22 Ultra and the S21 Ultra, and that is the advantage of having that larger and beefier charger. For quick top-ups you get this faster charging, and the Pixel, despite having a 30-watt charger, interestingly seems to have limited charging speeds in software and remains last so far. Alright, now our next exclusive stop has to happen at 37 minutes since the start of the test, and that is simply because the OnePlus 10 Pro has already charged up fully. So we will unplug the cable and flip it over neatly, reminding us that OnePlus is still far ahead of the mainstream phone makers in this test. Now maybe it is not as fast as Xiaomi, but that is a topic of a different video. So by the way, we tried this test a couple of times and we're getting slightly varying charging speeds for whatever reason. Now we saw the OnePlus earlier fully charged in just 31 minutes and now it does in 37 minutes, so it's really hard to say what causes these slight variations, but do keep that in mind. Anyway, we have our next stop at 45 minutes, and with only 4 phones left, here are the results on the battery meter. 88% on the S22 Ultra, 78 on the S21 Ultra, 72 on the iPhone, and only 65 on the Pixel. Now it's interesting that the difference between the two Galaxies has dwindled here. Now it used to be a 12% difference between the two when we checked at 30 minutes, and now it's 10%. So obviously the 45-watt charger has entered a slower charging mode somewhere here, probably at around the 80% mark, which has allowed the slower 25-watt charger to catch up. Okay, fast forward, and next up we're just in time for the S22 Ultra, which has just charged completely, and that took it 1 hour and 2 minutes. We have to wait for the S21 Ultra and the other two phones, so let's do that. Okay, fast forward, and it took just around 10 minutes more, and we're exactly 1 hour and 14 minutes since the beginning of the test, and the S21 Ultra is now also fully charged. The iPhone is at 92% and the Pixel is at 88%. And those last few percentage points charge up the slowest, so we have to weigh them out. But once we do that, next, the iPhone is done in 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's at 100%, so it's time to again unplug and flip it neatly. And the Pixel is still at 97%. And don't forget that in order to get these fast charging speeds on the iPhone, you need to use a 27-watt charger. And the typical 20-watt Apple charger takes quite a bit longer for a full charge with the Pro Max, so keep that in mind. And finally, we have to wait a bit more, and the Pixel is finally also fully charged. It took it 1 hour and 46 minutes. So with all phones done, take a look at the scores for each one above it. Only 37 minutes for the winner, the OnePlus 10 Pro. Then 1 hour and 2 minutes for the S22 Ultra with that new 45-watt fast charging support. 1 hour and 14 minutes for the S21 Ultra from last year with 25-watt charging. 1 hour and 40 minutes for the iPhone with a 27-watt charger. And 1 hour and 46 minutes for the Pixel with its 30-watt charger. Also keep in mind that charging speeds are not constant throughout this test. When the phone has little juice in it, charging speeds can reach their maximum potential, but then for example on the iPhone, once you reach 50% battery charge, charging drops to lower speeds, then those speeds are maintained until about 70% battery level, then another drop until 80%, and then you get basically slow charging for the remaining 20%, and you have similar charging tiers across all phones. So having good battery life means nothing if you drop your phone and break it. And that's where having a reliable case really counts. Our sponsor Banks has some superb cases, and we have tested this stylish and super durable iPhone 13 Pro case that is built with Kevlar and provides military-grade drop resistance. Now there are other cases that offer such protection, but this one is super lightweight and not too thick. Plus it has the official Made for MagSafe certification, so it will work with all the cool MagSafe chargers you might have and snap tightly to them. And I just love the feel of that aramid fiber material on the back. It's super satisfying and resists scratches extremely well. Banks is an absolute expert at making cases and uses laser cutting technology, and this case has seamless joints for a super solid construction. And they also make plenty of other cases, like this one for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, and I can tell you that it's hard to find a good case for a foldable phone, and this one is a rare gem that is very well made. So check out Banks cases right now, we have the links in the description box, and you can use the exclusive code PA15 to get 15% off on your order. And let's also once again remind you that all Android phones here come with a 5000 mAh battery, and only the iPhone comes with a 4350 mAh cell. And while having these large batteries is great, fast charging like on the OnePlus can actually be a lifesaver, so we hope to see improvements on that front. Anyway, this will do it for this video. Let me know if you care about fast charging, or do you just charge your phone overnight and don't think that's important at all? Let me know, and thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed this, subs for more videos. My name is Vic, this is PhoneArena, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.